How's it going, guys? In today's episode I'm going to be completely redoing the reptile pit for a more naturalistic look. Over winter it's accumulated a bunch of crap in there, so I'm going to be taking all that out and starting this setup.
So in here now is mostly just a bunch of mulch and natural soil. My plan is to bury it all in a big thick layer of sand and then maybe top it off with some sugarcane mulch. So this part of the enclosure will probably have the same sort of design under this roof pit. It's a nice dry area for them to hide, so I build it up a bit higher just to keep it even drier and they can do a lot of burying and stuff in there. So the sand should give the pit some good drainage as well as clean sort of substrate for the lizards to live on. So just put this new cover over the top of this. This will keep out rain and stuff like that. Just give them some more cover on that side. It's going to be the high and dry side, that's what I'm going to call it. So they're going to be doing all their burying down and hiding. Alright, so today I'm just giving all the blueies some sun. I've got two of the bigger baby blotchies from this year out here. See, now they like running around in the sand. We'll see how they go. But yeah, I've already started setting up the pit. Just while I've been waiting on some more sand and stuff like that. So like I said before, I got this side built up, put some more rocks around there, build it up higher with more sand. And then down here, I just started seeing how I like the look of rocks in different spots. But yeah, I got to take it all out on this side again for some more sand. But I've got like a hide there, a rock sitting on top of another rock. I'm gonna bury a couple of them around. They're like these little pipes. But yeah, I'm liking the look of it so far. So yeah, I love keeping reptiles in pits whenever I can, because you get to see them in a more natural environment and showing off their natural behaviours. Stuff like that. It's really fun to see. It also makes for some really easy keeping, because oftentimes the pit is bioactive, so you never have to clean it. You just have to put food in, watch them demolish it, and yeah, just enjoy the animals. This pit is for my eastern blueies. There's not actually going to be blotchies in here, but like I said before, I'm just sunning these guys today and seeing how they like it, and they look really good in here. I'm hopefully going to make a dedicated blotchy pit soon. Yeah. It's just fun to see them running around doing their thing. So now that I've established where the built up point's going to be, I'm going to be adding some more sand and spreading it out over there, as well as just building up the bottom a bit more. Forgot to mention, trigger warning for those that think sand is a bad substrate. Alright, that's the base level substrate done. So now that that's done and built up, we can get to finally actually setting it up. So like I said earlier, this part of the enclosure is going to be the high and dry sort of part. So that's where their box is going to go. So because blue tongue skinks are going in this setup, we need to have more than one hide, because these animals really like to hide away. So let's see what we can do with some of these rocks. So there we go, nice and stable. Always make sure when you're working with anything heavy that lizards might, or somehow something will be able to move, you always make sure it's really stable, like it's not moving at all. See, no dips anywhere. Put a little rock in the back there to keep it more stable, and yeah, I can even stand on it and it won't move, so that's what you want, something solid that can't crush your lizards. So yeah, I reckon this will be their morning basking site, no doubt, and also they can go under there and hide, and yeah, just have a good time. So now I've shown you some of the sort of things I'm going to be doing. I'll kick it into a time lapse and talk about it after. Alright, after a bit of time and messing around, this is the final setup for it. Pretty happy with it. We got a bunch of hides. I put in a few plants as well. And yeah, I reckon it looks pretty sweet. So what we got going on is some hides. There's one there, a rock hide. Got some hollowed logs there and there. A sort of bark hide over there. Might add a few more as time goes on, but that's the beauty of having a big pit like this. You can change it around whenever you want, you know. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out, and we'll move on to the next part. So if you couldn't tell, I'm going for a more natural look with this setup. So for the box that isn't very natural looking, I'm covering it with like a bunch of branches and leaf litter like that to like hide it a bit, and yeah, it makes it look a bit better in here, I reckon. So what I'm going to be doing next is, on the high and dry side, I'm going to be putting in a bunch of sugarcane mulch. I really like this stuff as a substrate for the blueies. It's really clean and really nice for them to bury down in. It's nice and thick sort of stuff. And yeah, it looks pretty good too, so chuck it in up there and see how it looks. I decided that one hide just wasn't enough, so I've made this new one. Basically just a flat bit of board with some sides on it, and they can get under it and do whatever they want. Okay, so the last thing we'll do to add more of a natural touch is add in a bunch of gum leaves here on the sandy side, and it should look pretty cool. So there we have it. Gum leaves are in, it looks pretty cool. The leaf litter effect is really nice in a naturalistic enclosure. So now it's done, we'll see how the inhabitants like it. Alright, so here are the inhabitants. These are 3 of my normal eastern blueies. As you can see, the females are starting to get some scars on their back because the male here has been starting to breed them. So that's exciting, and yeah, we'll see how they like living up here in the naturalistic environment. So it's super cool to see these guys in a naturalistic environment. They blend in really well, they really suits them. They look really nice. So I'll probably add some more stuff to the pit as time goes on, you know, change it around a bit, keep it fresh, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. The animals look great in it, and yeah, should do great in here. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I've got a lot more videos coming out soon, more builds. I'm going to be building another pit for my blotch blue tongues, as well as an outdoor raised up pit for my desert dragons to live outside over summer, so stay tuned for all that, and I'll see you next time.
Never thought that we'd go this far. Don't stop now. Reaching for a distance.